Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for May 4th, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including ESPN's plans to ditch cable and go streaming only someday. Bally Sports is suing an NBA team over a breach of contract. Babylon 5 is coming back. We'll be talking about all these stories and a whole lot more in this video. Now, if you want to find out anything more about these stories, because this is my opinion, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. Leave me a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping me support my family, hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV, but still watch the shows you enjoy. With that said, let's dive into it, starting off with ESPN's plans to someday ditch cable TV and go streaming only. Now, ESPN's been talking about this for a while. Bob Iger, the current CEO of Disney, has even said that's the plan. At someday, ESPN will become a direct-to-consumer product. The question is not if, he said, but when. And he did say the time is not now. But now we have seen ESPN's chairman talking about this. Jimmy, I'm going to butcher this last name, so I'm going to spell it Pitaro. I know I'm awful. My dyslexic self is horrible with names. But he's the chairman of ESPN, and he's come out and basically said the same thing. In an interview with Bloomberg this week, came out and said, hey, ESPN is going to become a direct-to-consumer option. Basically build on the success of ESPN Plus and put ESPN channels directly in there for a fee, which probably won't be cheap. If the RSN's charging $20 as an example, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN tries to charge $20. But says that's a when, not a if we're going to do it. And do it when it makes sense for our business and for our bottom line. With how often they're talking about this, it tells me that they're very serious about this. That this idea of it happening probably is not happening this year or very soon. But it's probably happening sooner than we would expect. A few years ago, I said, maybe in like 2027, 2028. Maybe we're just a few years away. I don't know. But what we do know is Disney repeatedly in the last few months has talked about taking ESPN, putting it streaming only. ESPN has anchored the large mega bundles that Disney has. If you want to get ESPN as a cable or as a streaming service, you have to get the Disney Channel and all those other owned Disney networks as part of it. You can't just put ESPN on. You have to take the whole bundle. For ESPN to be able to willing to go out there and say, hey, we're willing to go and say, hey, you can get ESPN Direct, probably means some big changes are happening to their other channels. We're already seeing Disney Channel shut down internationally. Australia, many parts of Europe has shut down the Disney Channel, and they're just directing people to Disney Plus. They're saying, go get Disney Plus instead. Are we going to see that happen in the United States? We'll have to keep a close eye on this, but major changes coming to ESPN. Not today, but maybe sooner than we thought. All right, Bally Sports. A lot of Bally Sports news. Now, Bally Sports' parent company, Diamond Sports, which is owned by Sinclair, multi-level here, drove down revenues about 40% for Sinclair. Now, Sinclair says their revenues were down 40% overall, but if it wasn't for their sports side, the Diamond Sports, revenues would only have been down 7% over the same year. They broke it all down, but the short end of it here is Bally Sports through Diamond Sports lost $94 million in just the first 2 months of 2023. And that explains why they were driven to bankruptcy. Now, though, Bally Sports has announced through the parent company Diamond that they're suing the Phoenix Suns and the WNBA Mercury for breach of contract. Now, their contract expired at the end of this season. The Phoenix Sun went and signed a deal with Gray Television to make their channels available over the air for free and streaming in market for free through the Suns app. Bally Sports says that's a breach of contract. They believe their contract, even though expired, gave them the ability to counter any offer like that, to come in and offer, or at least match it or do something with it. Of course, the NBA Phoenix Suns said, we think your contract's over. We don't think we have any reason to give you a chance to match it. Now, this is going to court. Diamond Sports, the parent company Bally Sports, has asked for an emergency ruling to block this deal. For the WNBA, it's going to affect later this month in the Phoenix Suns over the next season. But they're moving very quickly to try to block this deal. We'll keep a close eye on this, but Bally Sports is not dead yet. They're fighting. They want to come out of bankruptcy intact. And apparently they want to keep the Phoenix Suns. We'll see how this all plays out. I'll be watching this very closely. This is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. All right, anybody here a Babylon 5 fan? the hit 90s sci-fi TV show Babylon 5, ran for 5 seasons, had several a spin-off show and several movies that went very well. Well, it's getting an animated movie. Reportedly is already done. Many of the original cast that's still around did voices for it. And the creator says 1 week from yesterday, so next week, Wednesday, we will get a look at the release date, the title, and a whole lot more at it, and where it'll go. Originally, there's a reboot that's supposedly in the works. The script's been written. It was being shopped at the CW. Warner Brothers Discovery sold a majority of CW to Nexstar, and that's currently on hold. But this is a different project. This is an animated movie with a lot of the original cast. We'll keep a close eye on it. Next week, we'll know more about it. But any Babylon 5 fans here, leave me a comment. Let me know. All right, Amazon Studios announced that they have cut another 100 employees for Amazon Studios and Amazon Prime Video. They are eliminating 100 employees as part of Amazon's bigger push to cut costs and cut staffing, as the Disney and everybody seems to be doing recently. So no details exactly what positions were cut, but 100 jobs there cut from Amazon's online video effort. Speaking of Amazon, Amazon announced yesterday that Fortnite is now available on Amazon Fire TVs and select Amazon tablets through the Amazon Luna service. Amazon Prime members can play it for free with their Prime membership. You can subscribe through the Luna Plus service to play it also. You do need a compatible controller. Good news, they're on sale right now if you want to get an Amazon Luna controller for your Fire TV. But one of the largest, most popular games out there is now available on the Fire TV. Very interesting. Amazon is really pushing into it. Google's cloud gaming service has gone by the wayside. Amazon's still very committed to this. Cloud gaming may be the future. Is it too soon? Is it too early? Are they going to be successful in it? Any Amazon Luna customers here who have used it and played with it, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Speaking of job layoffs and store closings, there's been a lot of store closings. Now a rep, or several big stores, I should say. Let me get into the second part first. Several big stores recently announced closing, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Tuesday Mornings. Now, one analyst predicts over 94,000 stores could be closing in the United States over the next few years. Now, there's 940,000 stores estimated in the United States, brick and mortar. 94,000 of them could be closing. Increasingly, we're seeing even Walmart close brick and mortar stores. So it's a very transitional time as things go increasingly online. It's making it very hard for some retailers to survive who did not adapt to the new marketplace. And it's not just Amazon, it's a lot more than that that's going into it. And it also has to do with the fact that Walmart and more are focused for online sales and changing how they do their models. But does it surprise you? Do you believe that 94,000 stores over the next few years will close? You think that number is too high? Too low? Check out the story and leave me a comment, let me know. All right, and our last story up of the day, kind of a short news day here with this. Roku plans to use AI to match ads directly to what you're watching. So no longer is Roku just going to try to match ads to who they think you are or the general show. In the Roku channel, as you watch a show, as an ad break comes up, it will now use AI to consider what's happening in the show around you to place an ad. So that regularly scheduled ad break during the Roku channel, for example, will not only just take in consideration who you are, where you live, and that kind of information, also take in consideration what's happening in the show to place an ad inside the Roku channel ad with that. Kind of a very interesting move here. Roku announced many different things. Some of we knew, but this was the big announcement this week at their big upfront ad conference. And I'd love to know, what do you think about Roku using AI to not just say, hey, you live based on your IP somewhere in Michigan, for example, we're going to give you an ad relevant to that. But also saying, hey, you were watching The Price is Right, and in The Price is Right, they were talking about trips to Hawaii. Maybe we'll drop an ad for a trip to Hawaii inside of this. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of that. Well, that's it for today. I hope everybody had a fantastic day. It's finally warming up here in Michigan. Is the weather nice where you are? We've had an unusually little cold snap here the last few days, even some snow. Parts of Michigan got inches and a blizzard basically up in the UP. Let me know how the weather is wherever you may be. And again, thank you for your support. So many thousands of new subscribers in the last few weeks, hundreds of new subscribers just this week alone. I do want to say thank you to everybody for your support. So with that said, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. We'll be back here once again tomorrow with another video for cord cutting today. Check out our back catalog of reviews and a whole lot more. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon.